Hi kids! I'm showing Draw Things, the video and image generator for Mac, iPad, and iPhone. It's free in the app stores, and today I have a great combo to show you. The latest Qwen Image fine-tune, and I'm also importing an acceleration LoRa. The Qwen Image 2512 generates with more detail, better text, better skin, and fur. And I've also am adding a two-step Turbo LoRa. I'll show where to download it and how to set it up. The Qwen models are all easy to use, so this will not take long. If this is your first look at Draw Things or image generation, I'm rendering everything locally and without a subscription. Now, I have some other basic videos on my channel that explain the interface and how to use this app, but this video is going to go pretty fast, and I'll keep the explanations short. I'm going to show my step-by-step on iPad, and the setup is the same for Mac too. So let's get started with Qwen Image 2512. This is the full model and one of the biggest at 20 billion parameters. And the text encoder is the VL version of Qwen 2.57b. It runs on 16 gigabytes and even lower, with some clever memory management in Draw Things. Now with Turbo, it still requires a lot of memory, but it finishes generating in fewer steps. I'm rendering in under 20 seconds on iPad. Now, of course, the time will fluctuate depending on the device and your render size. 2 steps is very low. Normally, I would not go that low because I would expect a lot of loss in quality, but this Turbo LoRa holds up surprisingly well. And so we have the option of rendering faster or rendering larger, maybe even both at the same time. The 2512 is an official release of Qwen Image. It's been updated. The number 2512 is the year, 2025, and the month 12 is December. That's when the fine-tune was released. And not to be confused with Qwen Edit 2511. That's a different model entirely. Now that numbering is a little confusing. I'm pretty sure the Qwen Image updates were always planned long ahead of the release, because training billions of parameters takes months and months. So they always knew the first version of Qwen Image was not going to be the final quality, and the hint is that they released it as a 1.0, kind of a tell that there will be future updates. But why they didn't just call the updates 1.1 and 1.2, I do not know. Now with fine-tunes generally, the new version becomes incompatible with old existing LoRa once enough of the data has changed. It's not always the case, but it is here. So long story short, you're probably going to trash your older version of Qwen Image because 2512 replaces it. And you'll also need to replace any specialty LoRa's because they're going to become incompatible too. You will need to download new versions with the same naming, 2512. So first, let's download Qwen Image inside Draw Things. In the basic settings, open the model drop-down menu. At the top, type in 2512 in the search. Now on iPad, I downloaded the 6-bit. And on Mac, I downloaded the unlabeled regular version, which is actually 8-bit. The Qwen models are also available in BF16 versions. Only use these if your device has an M3 or M4 processor. Those are the only Apple devices with BF16 supported on the chip. And now let's go get that acceleration LoRa. I'm on Hugging Face, and I will add the link in the video description. The team is Wooly Art, and they have a Turbo LoRa for 4 steps, and the one we want is just 2 steps. So I'm navigating to their models page, and finding the two-step LoRa download. At the moment, there's only the full BS16 LoRa, and it's over 2 gigabytes. So I am copying the download link to my clipboard and back in Draw Things. Just before you do the import, maybe check inside the Draw Things LoRa drop-down list and make sure this LoRa hasn't already been added to the community list. If you see a two-step turbo for 2512, it's probably this one, and you won't need to import it, just click once to install. Hopefully it will be quantized down a little smaller than 2 gigabytes. Since it's not here yet, I'll show the import interface. So at the top of the LoRa drop-down menu, click on Manage, and that opens the LoRa's pop-up. Select the Import tab at the bottom, in the middle. For the file selector, I pick Enter URL, and I'm pasting that download link. For the mobile version, I'm sure to choose Qwen Image. You can edit the name so it's easier to find in the search if you need to. There's no trigger word, and the network scale factor is 1.0, so essentially no scaling. Now that everything is filled in, I am ready to hit import. And after that's finished, I close the LoRa manager with the little X top right. Now I'll load the LoRa, once again opening the drop-down and searching by name, 2512. And I'm setting the LoRa weight to 100%. Now very quickly, I'm going to set the rest of the basic parameters. There's no control. Strength is texture image, 100%. For the image size, let's start with normal and pick a ratio, anything you like. Steps is 2. I leave CFG 0 star off. And my sampler is DPM++, 2M trailing. I know this is gonna shock some of you. I'm using 2M because it looks best with photography styles. And my last basic parameter is shift. And for all the Qwen models, I use a shift of 1.00. Now that's all I have time for today. I hope you had a learn, and I will see you next time, kids. Bye!